it, joke tag. Ah! Tripped you up. You thought it was real. You thought someone really went to the bathroom.
I'm gonna take your coffee, Wolf, and you're not gonna be able to speak.
BOE. So, didn't take the cursed, but BOE is gonna be where we head. So let's see if Hanzo and Li Ming, where they fall, because those are the two big heroes on this map. And then, of course, Sergeant Hammer will be the third DPS to look at. Vala's made a comeback here quite significantly, but the one hero that Miracle really likes on this map is the Sonya. And Supernova has to keep that in mind. They have to remember...
What?
They have to remember that Miracle likes to run the Sonya, and they have to take that into account with their draft.
Yes.
Vala will be banned, so they're trying to keep some stuff open here.
Vala, even though she showed up for a few times DOE, not having the best win rate. Because she's actually really weak, very, very weak against so many CCs right now in the meta with having solo lanes with that extra CC connecting oftentimes. Plays Irel.
The Vala ban is just fishing for Genji or whatever hero they'd like to put in Genji's place, which might be the Li Ming. Because right now they can just ban something like a Garrosh or Raynor, and then it's like, okay, you give us either Hanzo or Li Ming. You get to choose. You choose which one we get. Watch how fast this hero gets locked in for Supernova after the ban. Now, what Miracle could do that's super meta now is to ban a Garrosh, for example, and then they get the other one. But that would be the smart move, but if they ban either Hanzo or Li Ming, watch how fast Supernova locks in the other one. Watch how fast they lock in Li Ming right now. Ready? How fast is it going to be? Pretty fast.
That was pretty fast.
It was pretty quick.
The picks after. Still some counter move by picking White Mane against Li Ming, not letting that reset to go through. But Deckard is not banned in this case, so maybe not White Mane yet against Li Ming. That happened directly, super quick by Genji when Deckard was banned.
Well, let's see what they get. They get the Garrosh rather than banning it away, you know, which I was suggesting earlier. They get Thrall.
For the Horde.
And Thrall is very nice hero for engaging when you want to invade the enemy immortal. Like defending your own when it's on the other side. Is what I mean, it's kind of weird to describe that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But also great for when you're trying to deal with the enemy encroaching upon you. He's also got pretty quick race potential, and in the 4-man, his Crash Lightning is very powerful here. So that's definitely what we're going to see at level 1 from Sniper this time. Deckard, and finally we'll see Habian's Muradin for the first time tonight in Game 4.
Cover if it comes out. It's a weird one to bring Diablo. It is not as common on this map. You can find walls, but if you want to buy some more time, and save Li Ming as well, and Muradin can self-heal, so a very good hero for Habian, his favorite on this map.
Tough ban here. Hammer is pretty reasonable, but you don't have to ban the Hammer. Zeratul ban just keeps popping up.
It must be.
No Chat's done it before, but like I really don't think it's what he was considering in this case.
Yeah, it must be something from the scrims.
Yeah,
that they know.
It's kind of weird. I'd have to keep an eye on that one.
I know Miracle was screaming against Ballistics.
Tempest is and Tempest is the team that's been running the most Zeratul out of all the teams in Korea right now. But Miracle looking for strong solo laner support. They could save for last. They picked Malfurion early last time. They may just do that again. Stukov instead. Stukov's recent buff to his health pool makes him a lot more survivable, and can really ruin some of the setups for Supernova if they were considering a Hammer, especially.
Silence along with the taunts can be a great pair-up.
Oh yeah. Plus Salvo on top of all that.
And Silence is very annoying for Li Ming because you always think you have some range because you can teleport away, but when you're silenced, you cannot have the same movement.
So last time we saw the blind as the priority with Johanna in Game 1. It did not go well for Supernova. And this time, they're going with a DPS for that, with a Cassia. Very strong against Phoenix. Phoenix is a very low health pool, and Cassia can do a lot with that. So let's see.
Nitrogen 0.
Yeah.
Sonya won't be as powerful,
그대를 돕겠어요.
So it's going to be Soul Lane Thrall, actually. Or Soul Lane Phoenix. Nope. Oxygen.
Okay, yeah.
So no Crash Lightning. Interesting. I actually think the draft of Supernova is vastly superior. They chose Jaina only because I think of the Cassia pick. And they pushed Thrall. Thrall's cool because he can be played as a 4-man or a Soul Laner. So you have that kind of like X factor at the end of the draft. You're like, aha, he was actually the Soul Laner all along. We picked Jaina, so your blinds are useless. But, yeah, I don't know. It feels like there's not a lot of synergy with this. If you get, you know, the taunt and the silence and the Jaina burst, it's great. But on the Immortal Race factor, Li Ming is going to have such a great time just shooting orbs and hiding. And then there's no hard engage. There's no hard engage for Miracle. They're going to have to go for a big sundering, and it's like, that's so predictable.
They have to make something happen over the wall, which is not as common on this map. And that's post 10 we're talking about. Before that moment, it may be really hard, even with that silence. Unless No Chat just oversteps and face checked into Bush once again.
So Bentham's third game career on Cassia. So he's played it only twice. 0-2 on the hero at the moment. I only mention it because look at his horse. Whenever you see someone with a base horse, basic mount, you know they don't play the hero that often in the pro scene. Or that it's been a very long time.
Or it's a trademark, like Hooligan does.
Yes, Hooligan's the exception.
Hooligan's always on that plebby.
So wave clear for Supernova is really bad compared to Miracle. That's one thing they really have going for them.
He's staying here.
Yeah, Phoenix is soul laning. That is very interesting. That's going to be a really bad matchup for Urel, actually. This is pretty cool.
Nice dodge. Yeah, it's a hard one against Jaina went all the way up there just to get the extra wave. Phoenix is actually okay, unless you get trapped all of a sudden.
The one thing you lose with having Phoenix up there is you lose a lot of your pressure, where you could actually be threatening the wall. Because Phoenix is wave clear and then Q poke against enemy heroes is so insanely good.
Yeah, when they have the trap though, this kind of case, Heaven makes it out of there,
and that's gonna be a double. Blue Beetle, goodbye.
2.
Frankel's over the wall, gets mounted up on his happy cloud. But what a turnaround! Haben, his Muradin is just so incredible.
I thought for sure that he's going down, because the team comp of Miracle, what they made here is to toss one, pair up with the silence, have the burst damage. That is the reason why they brought Jaina and Thrall.
I feel like each player on Supernova has their moments. Like, they really, really do. Like, each individual player is one of those players where like, God, I wish I had that player on my team. It doesn't always work out together, but when it does, individually, it's very fun to watch.
Oh, yes. And if they have those moments a few more times in the early game, they would lead, and Miracle's looking for that 10 first.
Like, I think there's a real chance that if the rare circumstance this team goes to Open Division, like if they lose in Crucible, they could disband and all 5 of these players end up back in different teams in HGC.
Next year?
Yeah. They just replace other players who may have retired or moved team.
I don't think they're going down to Crucible.
I don't think so either.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, if they did, man, every team is going to be like, dude, have you seen Alex's support pool? Have you seen Bentham's Hanzo? Have you seen Haben's Muradin?
But only Muradin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I actually think his other tanks are really good too. Maybe not Johanna, but the Nubrok's very, very good, and his Garrosh is also solid. Let's go to the first objective phase. Look at the positioning of Haben. He's going to look to slow everyone's attack speed over here. Halftime is going to be obviously where things are going to turn around here for Miracle potentially. But they have to invade and they have to block Li Ming shots. The kill on Haben is a good start, just as soon as we started to brag about him. This is not where you want to be, Alex. Oh, he's rooted. He is tossed. He avoids the Blizzard adeptly, but he is dead.
That's the threat that Miracle wants to create on this game, the entire game.
No Chat's walking through like a million potions.
Already used teleport.
But yeah, he's dead. So Miracle turns this around with a really nice invade, and never want to be standing there when you don't have vision. I don't know where Alex thought they were, but...
They had a long rotation all the way to the left. I don't think Supernova was expecting that, really.
Okay, Judy has got a lot of armor, but he's going to have to slowly back away. You know what? They could
This will
still
be
win
close.
this. Alex comes back, and they will. Just barely. 436. Supernova's going to take the first objective of the map. And Miracle's got to go home for mana, set up for the defense. This time, they're going to send... well, you know what? They didn't even send Thrall down. It looks like they're going to 5-man defend, which means that in the bottom lane,
yeah, Phoenix
get a lot of damage done.
Yeah, Phoenix has been okay. Not really winning the lane, but at least okay at soaking. And you have to get all the stacks.
I mean, he comes down, but he comes down late. I mean, he's going to be great, but while he defends bot, they need his damage top. And yes, sure, he's getting Crash Lightning stacks right now. Nitrogen is, but there's a cost, you know. And look at how much damage this Immortal is actually doing. It's the first Immortal of the game, half a fort. In fact, might get all of it. Li Ming's siege damage cannot be underestimated.
Yeah, because of less consistent range damage. Renko, he has to go wait for those cooldowns. They have the burst, but they're not as sustained compared to Li Ming and Cassia.
This was an incredible mismatch for Miracle, but they at least were able to get those Crash Lightning stacks. That's what this rotation was all about, keeping Nitrogen up here. As he is obviously way more suited to the bot lane. The lost Phoenix damage really hurts. This fort should, in theory, eventually go down. Now look at the rotation. Nitrogen is going bottom. And in fact, Kurisako mistakenly goes in. We might actually have a kill in the bot lane. Okay, there we go, picture in picture. He gets over the wall. No Chat is the target here. But he's got orbs, man, for that fort. Judy, stunned. All they want is the fort, and they don't get it. So low. And I'm like, I just want to Q it one time. No Chat's like, oh, there's a wall there.
They will eventually get it.
Yes,
they don't even have to throw the skill shots.
Haven's like, oh, I Q'd it.
That was
no, Chad, that was
the cutest Dwarf toss with the Storm Bolt.
He was like, that was
I want to participate!
That was supposed to be my flag on the fort, not yours.
Phoenix is coming. And Supernova should be realizing this, poking out a little bit, maybe looking for a kill at the Frankel.
Overextended, and he is going to take so much damage. No Chat gets a reset. That teleport helps him escape.
Just before Sniper comes in, he does get pick the kill up, but Irel is coming.
Yep, Irel is coming. And that's going to be extra armor for everybody, but I think that probably Supernova should be happy with this trade. Muradin will respawn soon. They have the superior damage for the Immortal fight. And Muradin, when he comes back, is just going to defend. Jaina being missing here is so much damage lost for Miracle. Just need to get on that Immortal, which they are doing now.
Even with those kills.
Yeah, I mean...
Supernova they have the lead.
Yeah, no Chat had the Hearth, so...
And even if they give up halftime, I think they can soak up with waves and be super close to 10. And they will basically pressuring them out of the entire middle.
Oh, look at this, though. The silence is well placed. Kurisako is dead. Nice toss over the wall here. Blue Beetle gets out, but Judy will not be so lucky. This wall will give them 10. Pings on it, pinging it super hard. They want that 10 so bad.
1 HP turret once again.
Okay, the scroll will get it, but... So frustrated are the members of Supernova right now.
That was probably Irel who pinged it.
Yeah, definitely.
Please, I went down for nothing.
Okay, look at the
scroll. Tornado.
Blizzard here gonna help slow the, continued advances here. Bentham gets killed though. No one to save him. Alex insanely low, and this was an overextension, despite the really cool setup there with the Lornado. Since it being a triple for Miracle, and this game may just turn on its head with this team fight here. The Blizzard was well placed, slowing everyone, preventing them from getting into a new setup position. And Alex has just had a bad game at Deckard here.
And look what we have now. Miracle suddenly taking lead with all those kills, plus the Immortal now. The game's flipped.
It certainly has.
They thought they had all the chance to take down this one with that Lornado, but that's exactly the time when Miracle had 10 to turn things around. They got the saves. 2 cops healing is actually a lot if you have the perfect bio kill switch. You sometimes forget about that semi-ancestral healing, I guess.
Feels that way sometimes after the nerf. Flank set up here for Kirisaku. The sniper scouts him out. He's going to try to swing around and get a big stun. Here he comes. Taunt is used. Kirisaku does not get the stun he's looking for. Judy's already out. They get the kill onto Nacho Jet, however. Absorption activated here. And they will be able to knock this Immortal down. So nice engage either way. It wasn't on the back of Kirisaku like he was set up for, but just a slight overextension by Thrall. Sundering was not used. And I don't think interrupted either. I think he just simply couldn't find the angle he was looking for.
Look at where Phoenix is going.
Well, they want to get a gank here. This is a pretty risky call, but they know that everyone's, or at least they assume that everyone's at the top. Oh, and Kirisaku for the second time jumps forward at the worst possible moment here. That was a
desperate jump.
I mean, I don't even know if desperate is the right word for that, but that was assuming that they were not there. But where would they have been? Maybe they thought, maybe he thought they were on the camp here, which they are now, but his teammates are, so to speak. That was yeah, you don't want to use that one ever in lane.
But
like
Supernova with the counter call, they do manage to steal the camp though. So at least they got some value of the rotation, or the death, I would say. They're not going to really miss too much, because this lane's push, they can just lane swap perfectly. For the next Immortal fight, they can have their own camp. And they do have to go close to 13 though, but because Miracle is going to invade if they have 13.
Yeah, well, Miracle's looking to rotate down now. Poked out by the Leeming though. Full rotation though, Nacho didn't even committed here. They know that he's coming. They're going to make the safer left side rotation back to the Immortal. They're even going to grab this camp really quick because it's actually right next to where they're going to be making the staging ground for their race, because this is their Immortal on their side to attack. So very easy to set this up from here. I missed what we were looking at. I guess Crash Lightning Sack so we can see how many he has.
Miracle just setting up for position. They didn't go invade, even though they had 13.
Urel missing here is costing them a little bit of damage. Miracle's going to take the slight lead here on this Immortal 5K. Setting up for that push to the bottom fort. But Miracle now has a really nice spot to stage a defense. They don't have a lot of poke though, so Supernova, if they have a good defense here of their Immortal that they're trying to defend, then Leeming will eventually start to catch that up, but it's going to take a while.
It's right next to the camp, so they can clear that as well, because they lost their own right before, releasing all the pressure. Jaina even going a little further, soaking up extra experience all the way at the bottom.
Habeen going very deep self-cleanse here by Judy means that Stormbolt doesn't really accomplish anything. In fact, Habeen may lose his life for this play. Silence, there's a Sundering, big salvo potentially here for Sniper. Habeen does get the Avatar off though. Miracle's just winning this fight. Habeen, I think, spelled his team's doom there with that Dwarf toss in, got himself out of position. He's the last to die, but his carelessness in that engage is what caused Miracle to have this great follow-up fight. And that's going to be a pretty healthy Immortal coming in for Miracle now.
The combo from the Wrecking Ball and plus the silence way too huge, because you can only walk out and you can't press anything. And with
you can press it, but nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens. With the burst that Miracle has with Jaina, which was surprising to see at the very end of the draft, I think they really got them. And even more than he can survive for some time, but your DPS line is basically broken by the time you try to escape. And they actually had Leeming going down in the middle. If she survived, maybe she could have got some resets. But that's exactly why they're focusing on No Chat. No Chat's the next one to go all the time.
But how do they defend this? I mean, this is going to easily just demolish this fort. They're going to engage now.
Yeah, before 16.
Oh, but the Sundering saves Sniper. He's in such a good spot here. And now look at the Blizzard damage. This is going to be a wipe.
And
so well placed, the Sundering from Nacho Gen. Lornado here, desperate from Alex, but Kirisaku, no way out. Alex really avoid that. He does. Spoiler alert. And
that's a keep.
Yeah. Got out of the Spirit Wolf and will survive, but he could do nothing alone. He's going to try to scroll everybody.
And with this level lead, they might just actually go all the way in. 3 levels. Even more The top 4, bottom keep. But not going aggressive. Okay, they made some funky core calls before. It is pre-14 minutes still.
Well, the problem with this move is that there's nothing on the map. They can take the neutral camp top, bottom one's just gonna respawn, but now they've spread themselves pretty thin. I think maybe trying to push the top keep and siege it would have been a move they could have done and backed off. They're playing insanely safe. So
Yeah.
I guess the best way to put
Take
this.
top bottom, build on the pressure on the top because the catapult will be pushing on the bottom starting now.
Yep. And, you know, Frankel's gonna help start the...
Look at their rotation.
Yeah, very careful.
So careful
They
all
have
the
no
time.
vision. So you have to be... On this map specifically, the lanes don't always tell the full story because you can go above and below the lanes. Sneak around the backside that way, avoid being detected. They're just basically saying, I want to win this series right now. I don't want to drop any more games. I want to go to BlizzCon, so let's just make sure we don't make any more mistakes. Miracle has both camps pushing. They have catapults bottom. This double camp in the top lane. They can slowly siege down that top keep. They will very unlikely be able to get it with this push because Supernova has such good siege with Leeming, but this is just a good way to make sure they maintain the lead before the Immortals respawn, which are going to be announced very soon.
And Supernova with all the clear by the Immortal spawn, they will have 16, but still levels away from what they actually want to do. Miracle, they're taking the safe approach because the only way of losing this game is if they make a rotational mistake and get 1 or 2 cut out.
Yeah.
Unless that happens, they literally have this game in their hand.
Well, they're going to go head over the Immortal. They're already in position to 5-man, start blasting on it in just a second. Spawns, health bar is shown, and immediately Jaina is just getting in there. Right now, you see Supernova coming for the rotation, and they just got 16. Choke point here is good for Supernova to look for the fight, but the Sundering is perfect.
Not been saved by Judy. He stays
Oh
there,
my
great
God.
taunt. Look at the damage going into Alex, almost falls. Salvo may be able to catch the kill, just not enough.
Salvo almost led to a pentakill just there, but it may actually be, in fact, still Sniper who picks up the majority of the
Sniper
stragglers.
warps in. When Phoenix warps in, you know
Phantom,
how good of a time you're having.
stunned.
At least you're stunned to the other way so you can actually escape, but
He
not
could've-
against the lightning.
He could have just queued him anyways, yeah. There's the final kill. That's game over. They don't need to kill the Immortal anymore. Full team white means they could just walk down the red carpet to victory here. And that's it. GG. Miracle will take this series. Very anticlimactic series, I feel, after Supernova's great start. They had a very weak Illidan game on Towers of Doom, and then on this map, despite some small advantages, they took a few bad fights, and Miracle took full control of the game from there. Cool solo lane Phoenix from Sniper.
Oh? Only 3 men.
Are you real? They run away again? They don't fight this? They have Sundering in 3 seconds. They are so safe, G-Clef. This could cost them the game, though. This could actually cost them the game. Not fighting with what will be 20. I mean, sure, they could just take this Immortal, but what if Supernova has a perfect fight suddenly?
I know you had the feeling where you want to go core, but the rest of the members says, let's not.
Well,
Like, you know you have the right move, but you just have to follow the other teammate because you're going to be the one throwing if you don't listen.
I mean, they're still very ahead, and they still will very likely win this game, so I understand the safe reasoning here, but with Sundering available, like, Nitrogen's like, let's hold on, let me do camps real quick. Like, literally.
Well, they were going to be, if they failed to get core, they were going to be on a long comeback cooldown. They have 20 now, so, and 3 levels apart, so easier of a team fight they should be having.
Look at the damage from Nitrogen's Q right now. It's insane. Coming in.
And pressure building on the bottom wave, so Supernova, they are lost of what to do.
I mean, they have to split or the Sundering is going to be massive. Look at Nitrogen looking for it right now. They don't have a lot of poke for the Immortal. Phoenix is caught. Does have his 20 shield, so less of a big deal than usual. Sundering used very early in this fight.
Yeah, to keep Sniper alive.
Okay, taunt is perfect. Leeming is dead. That's half the damage, really, for Supernova already gone. And look at Nitrogen just sustaining himself up here. Frankel, no fear. Just gets tossed away. Salvo only going to hit here onto Kirisaku. Does go ahead and pop his Ardent Defender, but it's not going to be enough to save him in the end.
Yeah, 2 DPS gone. That's basically game, and Core's already getting attacked. They're looking for more kills. As Franco actually walked in alone into the team fight because he knows he's 3 levels apart. Jaina's going to do massive damage.
He has Ice Block also. There's nothing to be afraid of. And the Core will go down here. Sniper will do the honors of the final blow. Sabin comes over. Gets a stun, but he's shoved back.
Go back home.
Go back into the Hall of Storms. That's GG. Miracle will take the series with a 3-1 score line. Bit of a closer series than I think a lot of people would have expected, but then more one-sided than you would have thought after watching games 1 and 2, especially game 2. Where Supernova just had such a class act on Infernal Shrines.
That was the game that Supernova had together. Post that moment, Miracle actually... Today, what Miracle focused on the draft was against Supernova only. I don't think you should study their draft from today and work against the other teams. They actually prepared specific draft, targeting, taking away Phoenix. I think that was one of the best moves they have done on multiple games in the series today. And their drafting has really gone up. And Sniper playing some awesome Thrall, not Chojin playing some awful Thrall in the last game.
Yeah, Sniper playing the Soul Lane, kind of tripping them up in draft. I think keeping Supernova guessing about whether Thrall would be Soul Laner or not. Especially with the Nacho Gen pick here, you're thinking definitely, okay, we got it